What is up, my people? Welcome back to another segment of Singles of the Week. I'm your boy, Nassim the Dream. If you're new to the channel, just go right on ahead, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell as well to always keep notified on my newest content. If you're familiar, you already know how we do. Let's get right into it. Starting off, we're looking at another new single from MGK. This song is called 9 Lives, and I'll say, the man is really good at making really bad music. He is really good at making really bad rock music. Like for real. It's impressive. Next is Coi Leray out with a new song. This one is called Involved. It starts off with a very dark and dramatic entrance that overall morphs into a pretty decent beat. Coi Leray wasn't mesmerizing onto the song, but you know, she was on point. She was on flow with these bars. And I honestly don't think that this one is really that bad, if I'm going to be honest about it. It has a nice vibe to it. It has a really nice vibe to the sound. It's not bad. There's some new More Mother teaming up with Wolf Weston and Barely Woke. It's a more broken down, fast-paced rap meditation that makes me imagine that I'm in some kind of spiritual gathering on a tribe. It's just on like some kind of like, I don't know, like Uncharted Island. Like I'm kind of getting a really big vibe out of that setting. But even though I have that interesting image in my head, I'm not so interested in the song itself. Listening to her speak poetically on like being woke can be very intense. It's just not interesting enough for me, but I just really just don't think there's not enough here sonically for me to really be that invested into the song, sadly. There's also this new Chris Brown album out right now. I'll be reviewing the track Catch a Body featuring Fabio Foreign. It's pretty much a track that I expected. And it's absolutely mind-numbing, forever lasting experience, and just super boring, very dull, colorless. Just trap beat was just very, very poor songwriting material. Like it's just front to back is just terrible. It's awful. Not enjoying this one bit. Next is Casey Musgraves out with a cover of Elvis Presley's Can't Help Falling in Love over just some like pianos that honestly just become very overbearing into the atmospheres on here. It's just not a great cover. It's really not good at all, if I'm going to be really honest on here. This is very poor singing from Casey. Like I'm pretty disappointed. This is doo-doo. Eminem has a new song out with Snoop Dogg, and this one's called From the D to the LBC. This sub kick is a huge problem for me. I'm like gassed out by the first 30 seconds of the song. It is horrendously overcompressed to hell. Like it is bad. It's bad. I'm sorry. No. Next is some heavy metal nostalgia from Black Sabbath's Ozzy Osbourne teaming up with legendary guitarist Jeff Beck on Patient Number 9. It's nothing adaptive to what's been really going on new and fresh with heavy metal nowadays, but it's got some heats of riffs. It's got some great solos here from Beck. It's just a great callback to the 80s, and I'm having a good time with it. I think it rocks. Next is this new track from death metal band Lorna Shore out with Into the Earth. I didn't mind it though. This breakdown did seem like a huge ripoff. I just feel like I heard this too many times in this particular fashion. It's just way too unoriginal. Like the qualities of death metal are here. They're just nothing new and fresh for me, sadly. The parts that explode all together, they're good. They're very heavy, but I just don't think that the epic themes that are following along what this track has to offer just wasn't crazy enough for it to be a great song. Next is a collab from Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike, David Guetta, Nicole Schwartzinger, and Aztecs. I did not expect this track to be this boring. It is literally just a vocal loop around a house beat. It is literally that simple to explain. It is so boring, so lazy. I thought this was gonna be a banger. It is a waste. A sad waste. Up next is a remake of Father John Misty's Buddy's Rendezvous. This time bringing in Lana Del Rey to sing the song, and she sounds amazing on here. This is definitely very fitting to her style. I will say though, I really do wish they still had Father John's vocals in this song, because it's literally just Lana Del Rey completely replacing Father John. He's not on here at all. I really feel like there would have been good chemistry on here between the two on the chorus. Like, I would have thought maybe original verse from Father John, chorus from Father John, and then bring in Lana Del Rey, and then have them harmonize. Like, it sounded like it would have been great. I already like the song as it is, and she still sounds good on it, but I really, really wish they would have had that. But either way, it's still good. Dayglow coming out with some new indie pop. This track is called Then It All Goes Away. It's pretty much what he's already been making for the most part, what is like most recent stuff at least. It's punchy, it's got a summer vibe to it. There's nothing shown on here that drives Dayglow forward of his craft, but fans will dig it, so it's okay. Next is the track from R&B pop singer Chloe called Surprise. This isn't on par at all with her capability, in my opinion. There's a lot of lack into the song creativity, not too much to really offer, and the overall just poor performance from Chloe. This is probably one of the worst ones I've heard from. The singing is just so average, while the rapping is below that. This is not great in sound selection, if I'm going to add that too. This is not good. And then we got a weird one. We got a weird one right here. We got Amy Lee teaming up with co-founder of the 80s pop band Eurythmics, David Stewart. It is called Love Hurts. It is definitely an experience for me personally. Amy on a synth pop track is just different. It works. I think she sounds great on this song. Like, just imagining her go into a synth pop direction is just weird, but it's good. It works. I think she sounds great on this song, along with Dave Stewart on here. They work very well with each other. You should check it out. Then there's this new ballad from Japanese singer-songwriter Ichiko Aoba, making a little theme for this film, Shakira and Miko. It's very beautiful. It is a very beautiful track. It holds a lot of emotion. So playing this song with the trailer presented with the film, it definitely gave me an impression of like something tragic into the plot, and it feels like it will be like a heart-wrenching movie with this theme onto it, like attached with it. It honestly had me very invested. Like, it's kind of something I want to watch now when it gets released. But yeah, just getting back to the song, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good piano ballad. I like this one. Then we got Sylvan Esso coming out with a wonder of a piece, yo. This one is called Your Reality. Now, there is so many things I want to shout out onto this track. First of all, Amelia is enduring a mighty challenge onto this instrumental, but she nails it. On the money. The string sections and the plucks are just so oddly placed, but work so great together on here. It just sounds so good. It's so fun dissecting this track. It's great. I love what they do with it, with the experimentation into electronica. Highly recommend it. Next is Charlie Puth with the track Left and Right, featuring member of mega all-star K-pop group BTS Jung Kook. So I like the singing on the hook. It's fairly catchy. Instrumentally, it feels like there's just not really enough there. Very, very poor co-support in my opinion. If you take away these vocals, I just feel like it's just a ghost town of sounds at this point. It's not the least bit of exciting. I like Jung's chemistry with Charlie, but I just don't see myself coming back to this track. Next is his team up with YG, Tyga, 21 Savage, and Bia on Run. There is so much hype just hearing those names together all at once on here, but there is nowhere near built to expectations at all for me. These verses are just so poor. This beat is so lazy, generic, boring. I thought YG and Bia had good moments, but overall, just a poor hip-hop track. Next is a new track from post-hardcore band Chat Pile. The song is called Why. And you know, I love the rage building more and more onto the song. I just wish it was resulting into something bigger and bolder. It's mostly a continuation of asking the same question, why do we have to live outside for X reasons? And I like the fury felt into the passages. I do, but it felt like it could have been way more violent, and it just doesn't. And I really wish I got to see that on here. And then we got a new song from Alpha Wolf. This one is called Hotel Underground. And it's just another track that just feels cut and print, like immediately. No bit of creativity to be seen on here. That is a big need for the metalcore genre right now, because it is dying, my guy. This band is so talented, but this song is just so boring. It's not different at all, or like nothing bold, or nothing just nailing any new traits that the band upholds. Because they do make good sounding metalcore, but I feel like Alpha Wolf is just holding themselves back. It's just sad. It's sad. It's a no-go. Next up is this new song, Her Body is Bible, by indie pop singer-songwriter Fletcher. So, okay, I think she has style on here, but the structure is very, very basic. But I still think she sounds really good on here. There's just very minimal work done onto the vocals, which I think is just great because it's unnecessary. She sounds great on her own, and just as just a clean cut with just the right amount of mixed reverb and some chorus, sounds great. Sounds great on its own. And I also think the mix sounds balanced, but I only wish that they were just more dynamic into the flesh of this song. Just saying that though, it's still decent. Brazilian amp grab singer Juçara Marçal has brought out a new track this week. This one is called Choro. It has a nice groove along with the congos. I really am digging that point, and Juçara is just gliding through these passages with ease. And I think the beat itself does feel very organic to its benefit, and I think the drums add a lot of depth to this thing a lot too. And I think it's pretty good overall. It's a very, very enjoyable track. I'm liking it, and I think you should check it out. Then there's this new Imagine Dragons track. It's called Sharks, and it's just more prolific pop music that just shits its pants, and that's it. Okay, now this is a track I want to talk about. This is a brand new track from metalcore band Spiritbox. It's called Rotoscope. Okay, now I like what I'm seeing right now from the band. So I think so far with the music they have offered, it's just all right. I love Courtney LaPlante. I am loving her as a vocalist. She is so good. But now with this could lead into something way more bolder for the band. Like, great sound selection is picked upon for this track. It is starting to open up way more possibilities into more horror elements that I think work so well in their music. It just sounds so good with it, especially because I love how she sounds so sinister onto this song. It's fantastic the way she's pulling it off. And the metallics, the distortions, how it just warped into these pop aesthetics, it just sounds so cool. I'm really digging it, and it shows a lot of potential, so we'll see. Then there is this new Brent Faiyaz track out this week. It is called Price of Fame. It's got a lot of great moments to it. Lots of switch-ups and adaptions by Brent, and pretty great finish onto the remaining 3 minutes of the song. I would have liked more instrumental growth, more like, depth in there, but it's fine. It's fine. Then there is this brand new single from Gorillaz. It is called Cracker Island featuring Thundercat. And this is a funky jam. It's got the energy to it. It gets the blood flowing. It is bopping. The production is great on it. It's super solid. It's a very, very, very dancey, upbeat track. And I think it's sick. Yeah, I like it. And then we got FKA Twigs out with a new song. It is called Killer, and God damn, is it just exactly that. Exactly that. This chorus is just full of sweet nectar. Like, she is destroying this song. Absolutely demolishing this track, my guy. This definitely would have been a #1 of my last week's singles of the week. Guaranteed. I am loving it. Can't say enough good things about it. Good. It is so good. It is great. Play it, play it, play it. And to finish off this week's singles of the week, we have the one and only Queen Bee, Beyonce herself, out with the song Break My Soul, bringing us back into some house and disco, and she is murking. She murking on it, bitch. This shit fire as hell, boy. This is a fantastic track. She sounds stupendous onto the rhythms. Great power in her voice. Great dynamic. Just great range. It's just fantastic the way she is delivering these melodics. This record is gonna kick ass next month, baby. It is gonna kick ass. July is gonna be a ride. I promise you, my guy. I promise you. And that is it for this week's Singles of the Week, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, go on to like, share, comment down below. And if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. Down in the description, you see all the links for the singles that I talked about in this video. More videos, and also the links to my social media accounts so you can keep with me on the daily. And I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Go.